What's up, everyone? Welcome to my channel. I am Mark. You're watching Trading with a Dummy, the place where you can get entertained and educated at the same time. And today we have another special guest, but I also have some good news. I am going to start doing more interviews. I see that it works. I see that people enjoy them. Obviously, monetization is how this channel works. And obviously, I have this thing called analytics, and it shows me that you guys actually enjoy these interviews. So I have a lot of people ask me to come on. There's people I've reached out that said I would love for them to come on. So why not start dropping some more interviews for y'all? Today, however, I am trying a brand new program out. It's called StreamYard. So I'm trying this out. It's my first time doing it live. I'm hoping that this will cut down my editing time. That way I can deliver these interviews for you guys a lot quicker. And so just bear with me if the quality is kind of weird. I'm testing this whole thing out. I tested it for a couple of hours with my wife. I'm hoping that this interview will go smoothly. If it does not, I may go right back to Zoom. But right now I'm really enjoying this. Banners up there. There's a bunch of different things I can do. However, my Blue Yeti does not work on this. But thank God that the MacBook M1 has a good mic and a somewhat decent camera. So without further ado, enough talking. Just want to give you guys a quick warning. If I pan to myself by accident or if it looks kind of weird time to time, it's because I'm trying out this new program. But it will hopefully not take away from the guests that I have. So ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for Malik, AKA the Day Trade Professor.
We are live. What's up, everybody?
There's this information right up there. And
I like that, Mark. That's cool.
Yeah, man, this is a brand new way I'm trying to do these interviews, so we'll see how it goes. Obviously, we got these cool little effects. My microphone, unfortunately, does not work on my M1 MacBook, so that's the downfall to it. But yeah.
Well, it sounded crisp, so just so you know.
So what's going on? So your real name is Malik, of course. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm from New York. Raised my whole life in New York. Went to school in New York. I guess you can see the way I talk. Everyone finds out immediately that I'm from New York, without a doubt.
Dumb, fuck you. You're gonna fuck me up? Yo, come on.
Yeah. So growing up, are you like an only child? What was your upbringing overall?
So I'm the middle child. My brother's older. He's a doctor. He lives in California. My sister's younger. She got married and moved deeper out in Long Island. And yeah, there you go.
That's it, right there, just straight up. So you're the middle child. So
that's what you asked me. Instead of my siblings, I told you I'm an only child. I'm good at answering questions. So if you ask a question, I'll answer it straight to the point. That's a New York thing, Mark.
Oh shit.
You get straight to the point. So you grew up in the city?
I grew up in Queens. This are the 5 boroughs. You got Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens. I forgot a borough, but I'm from Queens. Not from New York City, but the borough of Queens. And then I moved to Long Island. Everyone, once they accumulate a little bit of wealth, they move over to Long Island. It gets quieter.
So tell me about that. How did your family end up accumulating wealth? Were they also in the financial literacy space at all, or?
No, not at all. Middle class. My family's been middle class. My father used to work as an engineer at the airport, JFK Airlines, and then he moved over to MTA, and that was it. No financial stuff at all. I went to school for it. I went to school for economics. I've been teaching. This is my 9th year now. What are we, 2022, 9th year. And yeah, but nobody's in the family's in finance. It's usually just medical and owning their own businesses. So med school stuff and owning their own businesses and then regular blue collar jobs, but no, nothing like what I do.
So if you don't mind me asking, I know this is probably like kind of a hot topic. You're not supposed to ask where people's background is from, but where are your parents from?
Talk freely, Mark. Talk freely.
Well, you know how it is these days. People are like, I can't believe you asked him, what's his ethnicity? What's his background? So what's your background? Where's your parents from?
Yeah, I got you. My parents are from Pakistan. I was born in Pakistan and boom.
Okay. And then and then you moved here at a young age, obviously, and
correct.
You were a middle child and everything. Okay, how was it overall? Did you enjoy New York growing up?
Yeah, I love it. Only thing I know is New York. So it's awesome. It's like I feel like I belong here. So this is where I feel like I am. I'm always in one gear, and that's always go. I'm just always going. As you can tell, I'm live, consistent. Everything is just ready. Let's go. Let's just get it done, and that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's the mindset
Honestly,
of
that's
New
how
York.
that's how I discovered you was off of IG. You came through my feed. Obviously, once I interviewed Gerald Peters, which always talks to you. I see you guys always going live together on IG. That's how I discovered you. Then I started looking into it, and I was like, man, you stay pretty consistent with putting out content. Now, when did you actually start getting into this whole financial space? Because, like you said, you are in school, right? And then
So
when did you?
basically, COVID. I don't want to say the word, but COVID. I'm not saying the word because of the algorithm. I have my phones
Appreciate it.
around
Yeah.
me. I don't want to get in trouble. I like going live. So basically, COVID happened, and then everything shut down, and I had to teach virtually. So as you see this behind me, you see level 2 on a trading system, but this is my smart board. So I've been teaching for 9 years. I had a smart board in school. I've been teaching it. And then I said, listen, I need to have this. I need to have it. So I bought one, and I turned my living room into a studio where I go live. I teach consistently Tuesdays and Fridays. So basically, that's it. COVID happened. I'm like, what do I do? This is not, I'm this Zoom stuff is not for me. I'm like, I need to find an alternative. So started trading, found a mentor, got into trading, made $1,000 on Moderna, like in the speed of light. And then as time progressed, people started asking me questions. Yo, how did you do this? How did you do that? I used to go live, butt naked on the couch, trading from either my bed or my couch. And that's how I got known. And I would put my P&L, I would put the percentage live, going 2,000, 4,000, it's hitting 5,000, 6,000, and people are losing their minds. Who is this guy? Again, on live, no clothes on. All you see is a blanket covering the bottom half of me. And people started asking for help. I started creating videos. Here every week I would drop a video, not on YouTube or IG, inside of a group chat. And people would ask questions, I would answer it, and literally the rest is history. They're like, how'd you do that? When you called that ticker at the exact support, it hit that exact support, hit that exact exit resistance. How'd you do that? I'm like, I did this and this. And then I just started making videos, eventually started going live. And I'm like, yo, this is what it is. And the rest is history now. And it hasn't stopped since COVID started. It hasn't stopped. I just haven't stopped going live twice a week. And it'll continue as long as as long as I can talk and I can see, I will be going live to the end of time.
So what made you even decide to like really get into that specifically? I know you said it's because of, COVID, but like what made you decide, hey, I want to pick up trading? Like at that, I mean, in the past, did you at all invest at all? Did your family teach you about investing or the importance of financial literacy at all? Like what was the conversation that your family had growing up though, where it was like, let me try this?
Oh no, I've been teaching for 9 years, economics. So I've been teaching this at school. I taught 1 year of college. It wasn't for me. The kids are constantly like, exam. So I'm like, so I teach high school, and I've been teaching high school economics, and I've been breaking it down for them forever. Like right now in class, my students are shorting AMC and they're killing it right now. I'm like, my God, I was beating them and now they're beating me right now because of the shorts on AMC. But I've been teaching this forever. So when the COVID happened, everything shut down. I'm like, I need a venue to be even more engaged in teaching. So that was the end of it. Trading came along because now I had time because, COVID, my days opened up. I had more time. So now trading happened. And now I'm like, let me teach trading more so. I do investing as well, but trading more so because I like that consistent cash flow immediately. I don't have to wait years for a paycheck. I get it every few minutes.
That makes sense now because I was wondering, I was like, man, you're really pretty good on your feet, man, when it comes to the word plays and stuff. And when you're talking and stuff, you have like this presence on IG. So that makes sense because you have a teaching background. So okay, I got to ask, like coming from like a traditional, you said like Pakistan, right? You said that's where your family's from. I'm assuming you guys have like a traditional Pakistani background and et cetera, right? So once you told your parents, hey, I'm being pretty profitable here with this trading game, how did they feel about that?
So this is not our world. My people don't get into this. They become doctors, lawyers, business owners. This is not their part of the world. So they didn't until I started telling them, I'm like, this is going to go to this price. This stock is going to go there. This crypto coin is going to go from here to there. And when they hear about like, you said that, I said, yep. And that's how it clicked. I didn't need to show them anything other than just telling them exactly what's going to happen to the T. And their minds got blown when I just started telling them about Ethereum. I'm like, okay, Ethereum is fall. They're all panicking. Oh my God, you said Ethereum's going to do this. I said, yeah, it's going to fall. It's going to stop in this. When it was falling in the 1700 range, it has a very strong level of support. And I told them, I said, watch. I said, I'm putting in about 100,000+ at this level. You can put in whatever you want. Like, no, it's falling. Normal society, normal people don't buy as it goes down. They buy as it's already up insane amounts of money. So for me, I told them that. And as time progressed, they're like, damn. And that the rest is history. The rest is all history because now I've told them and they've seen it with their own eyes. And they're like, okay, this is it.
That's awesome. So then after that, that's pretty much when they start believing you. That's good to hear. It's funny because I have a German background, right? My mom, she's half German, and they were very much on me remaining in the military because that's my background. I was in the military for 15 years, and then same thing, the COVID happened, and I couldn't do my specific job because I worked around top secret stuff, so I couldn't physically go in anymore at that point. So that's when I started picking up investing and trading and etc. But even to this day, seeing that I make money off of investing, I make money off of trading. But prior to going back to a 9-to-5 recently, my parents kept asking, hey, like, what are you doing for a living? Like, are you going to go broke? I'm like, no, I'm doing this. And they're like, oh, you could just lose all your money overnight. And they just, to this day, they still don't understand it. And this is like people who retire with only $70,000 in their bank account, which was really sad. And that's the reason why I was like, I need to learn this skill so I could pass it on to my kids so they have a skill to grab money out the market. So that totally makes sense. My question to you though is, so you did that one trade, it brought you a lot of money. How long did you end up studying to even before you went in? Did you do paper trading at all at first, or did you just go straight like deep dive in?
No, I didn't paper trade. I didn't paper trade at all. I only made videos showing people how to paper trade that asked me. So a lot of my content revolves around other people asking me, Professor, I need help with this. I'm like, done. I'll go make a video about it. But I didn't have to paper trade because I've been teaching it for so long. So I wasn't teaching trading per se for the past, in the early days, pre-COVID, but the concept is exactly the same. Basically, all you have to do is lower the time frame. That's it. There's no difference. When people are investing or swing trading, they'll look at the weekly, the daily, and the few hours if they need to, 2 hour, 4 hour. And with scalp trading, 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute is actively engaged in the trading factor. But when it comes to the overall picture, it's still weekly, daily, and I go to 2 hour. The hourly is fine. People have their own 1, 2, 3, 4. It's all semantics. It's just 2 hours is fine. So the point being, it's relatively the same thing I've been teaching for as long as I've been teaching it. It's just, again, shorter time frames. There's no difference other than that.
So would you say like any people who currently, like, for example, who are interested in trading, right? They want to get into the game. Do you recommend that they should maybe start off first with like a group maybe, or just by themselves? Is there like, what do you recommend? Because I mean, I know you're not familiar with my content, but my biggest thing is like, I hate to tell people this, especially when they reach out to me. A lot of people think it's just a quick way to make money, right? Because that's what you see online all the time on social media. It's like, yo, like you could take $20 and turn it into 20,000. And the reality is it's a lot harder than that. It clicks a little bit faster with some people than with other people. It sounds like it clicked very quickly for you, obviously, and then you did pretty well at it. And then you started doing the whole live sessions in your blanket on your couch and stuff. So at what point would you say someone should think about getting into trading?
So I was laughing at when you said about the groups. So it's so funny. I get DMs about that all the time. What's your Discord? What's your Discord? Do you have like literally I got one yesterday saying, do you have a premium signal service? I'm like, what is going on? Because here's the thing. Everybody and their mother has a group chat. Except me. I'm literally the only one that just says, I want to teach you how to be consistent, be on your own, and don't depend on nobody else for anything. So that's why I was laughing, Mark. So I just wanted you to know that's what I was laughing about. So for me, I'm still laughing at that.
It's really true. Look, once 2020 happened, a lot of financial experts and gurus came out of nowhere. I mean, like you said yourself, you learned in 2020, but yeah, everyone is starting their own groups and stuff. And that's one of the reasons why I want to talk to you, because I'm going to get into that a little bit later about like the services that you offer and stuff. but go ahead. Go ahead.
So yeah, so I don't know. I just find that funny. I just find it funny. So my thing is, I'm not anti-group chats. It's that I'm more about depend on only yourself. No other human being you should depend on. For example, I get offers all the time to push specific crypto coins, and they offer me a lot of money. I'm like, God damn, but I can't do it. That goes against it goes against my conscience to push nonsensical crypto coins or just something that would hurt the community. So for me, I know that there's so much manipulation out there on certain things because people have their own agendas when it comes to pump and dump stocks, when it comes to crypto coins, whatever the case may be. I just want people to have their own understanding and control. It's their money. They should learn how to manage their own money. And that's what I believe in, where my ultimate goal, and I tell my traders this, I said the ultimate goal eventually is you should be unfollowing me and I should never hear from you again. That's what I tell them, because once you're consistent, be on your own. I'll still be here if you need me, of course. I'll always be your mentor to my students. But at the end of the day, my goal is that you never need another human being again. Because once you master the charts, you're good to go.
I know, I'm laughing because
yeah, I want to know why you're laughing.
I'm one of my mentors. His name is Mo. He's with OTP Clubhouse, right? He's also Pakistani. His background is from Pakistan.
What's the group chat called?
It's not a group chat. It's a mentorship, but it's OTP Clubhouse. But he's the reason why I like him, because he said the exact same thing that you said. He's like, if I do my job properly, you need to leave. Like, you don't stay here. You come, I mentor you, I get the stuff down. Once you have it, leave. And it's just funny because like I haven't heard that from a lot of other people. It was just he was the one who said that, and now you guys both happen to be Pakistan. It must be like you guys' upbringing or something like that. Is it like a cultural thing where you guys feel like you don't want to take advantage of people and your job is to help, and then like, yo, move on?
Well, I don't think it's a cultural thing. I just know it's the secret to the universe, where you just give back without any expectations and want the best for everyone with pure intentions, and it comes back 10x. That's just the secret, and I discovered that a long time ago. That's why my course is free. That's why I give away almost everything, my time. No subscription service, no paywall. You want to learn, you're broke, come to the Tuesday, Friday shows. I do 4 shows a week where I break it all down. Mindset, the charts, everything. There's literally, it's all there. There's no excuses whatsoever. Take it. That's it. It's just the secret of the universe. I figured that out, and that's it. I just give it back.
So you had no stories of like yourself of like burning your accounts or blowing up your accounts? You haven't had any of those experiences yet?
So basically, here's the thing. Why do majority of traders, Smog, blow up their account? Do you know the 2 main things? What are they trading that causes that to happen?
Lottos.
Lotto options. I'm assuming
options or futures.
I have never done a single option trade. I don't understand options. And I always tell people, do it later once you become consistent. So that's number 1. And what's the second biggest thing that causes people to blow their accounts, Mark?
Not having patience.
Well, yeah, but trading what? One is trading options, and what's the second thing?
Futures. What's
penny stocks?
Moron.
Oh yeah, we're not talking about penny stocks. No one should be trading penny stocks.
No, but I'm trying to get to the deeper. I'm trying to go deeper into the question you asked to give you a deeper answer. So for me, I started with pennies, but then I immediately felt my emotions. I'm like, my heart, I'm sweating. This is too much. I don't like the way I feel. Yes, the money's good. Like, I was known on the lives because I used to show it regularly, and then I got death threats and insane amounts of hate. Where I used to show where I made 4 to 6K on a daily basis trading penny stocks. And then I'm like, but my heart was like, God damn, the emotions hurt like a mother effer. So I stopped. I moved over to blue chips, found a mentor. He owns a cryptocurrency hedge fund. He showed me basically how to trade one share, long, short, pick that, and just understand that. So point being, to answer your question, no, I didn't blow up an account because I didn't do the traditional way how people do blow up accounts, options and penny stocks. I moved right over to slow moving blue chips immediately. And that was JetBlue throughout COVID. And I was known for trading JetBlue. While people, again, the amount of hate constantly, this guy's telling people to trade an airline. We're in COVID. This is ridiculous. And I'm like, okay, cool, bro. Sounds good. So there's your answer. This is why my book is called How to Be a Consistent Trader, because the secret to consistency is trading a slow-moving stock with shares. And once you master that with a small, basically it moves within $1 range. The range is within $1. They're like, Professor, there's no money to be made in here. Exactly. I purposely put restrictions on my students for them to understand the money comes later. For example, I'll give you the story, Mark. I have a bachelor's and a master's. I was in my bachelor's for 4 years, made no money. I had to do side jobs, tutoring, substitute teaching. And then my master's was 2 years, same thing, tutoring, substitute teaching. I didn't make any real money, but guess what? I needed to wait, learn the process, and then eventually the money started. And when I became a teacher, I made nothing. And it took time for the salary to increase. So point being, people look at trading in a weird, like Twilight Zone type of way, which it doesn't make sense to me. Because again, it comes back to human greed. It makes sense, but at the same time, it doesn't, because you're willing to spend all those years learning to get a degree in whatever the case may be, and know that it's going to take time for you to make the money. But for some magical reason, you're supposed to make insane amounts of money immediately in trading without you even knowing anything.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. See, I did not know that you were not an options trader. I actually thought that's what you taught. So you're strictly just buying stocks and
crypto.
And crypto and swinging. That's all you're really doing.
No, scalp trading it.
Oh, so you're just getting get a couple of, so let's just be honest when it comes to that, right? When it comes to scalping, for you to make, I guess, a consistent amount. The reason why people obviously go to options is because you just need a little bit of money to make potentially a lot, right? So doing scalping with just buying shares, you have to kind of have a lot of money to see a major impact, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So your target audience, go ahead.
But so here's the thing, right? So I'm known for trading with anywhere between $100,000 to $400,000. But here's the thing. Ready for this one, Mark? This is it right here. Like I said prior, in the beginning stages, it's about learning. If you find a stock that moves between $4 to $8, you can make money on that even if you have a small account. If you do the math, let's do the math, right? Ready, Mark? So let's just say a trader makes, let's go bare minimum, small account, makes $200 times 5. How much is that, Mark?
200 times 5 is $1,000
a week for a few minutes, max maybe 45 minutes of trading, max. Times that by 4 weeks, Mark, in a month. How much is that? What is it? 1,000. 1,000 times 4, 4,000.
Oh, yeah, 4,000. Yeah. Okay.
So I ask my traders all the time, if you could make something consistently, and you have a small account, would you take 4,000 a month in a few? No commute, no boss, no meetings, and that's bare minimum. Like, yeah, I wouldn't mind 4,000 without the insane risk of options where you lose it all. Where it's zero-sum game. Again, if your stock breaks through the support level, goes below it, you lose a little bit, you cut your losses out. With options, if it hits a certain level, you lose a lot. That's all it is. That's my thing right there. So go back to your thing. I just wanted to go into that. Now you can ask your thing.
Yeah, no, it's just interesting because I was going to say, like, your basic target audience at that point, your target audience is someone that has a little bit of a bigger, I guess, income where they're able to trade a lot more money. So people, I would say, like, no one could really come to you and say, like, hey, I only have $500. I want to make 6 figures in a couple of months or thousands of dollars. It's very rare for that to happen, correct?
So they do come to me. I have a lot of my students that come to me with small accounts and they learn my ways and they go into options later. So with my style is the foundations, and then options comes after if that's what you want. A lot of my traders go into options. They send me their P&Ls and they report back to me, my seminar students. I'm like, you're making more than me? They're like, yeah, professor, I have this small amount. They're like, it's the same formula. It's just with options, because options has so many different other variables that I don't even understand. It gives me a migraine. But you can 100% take my style and move it into options. You can take my style and move it into penny stocks. And I have 2 of my students that went into Forex from what they learned. And they make a lot in Forex. I'm like, God bless. Wherever, every market prints money, Mark. You go into real estate, it's literally risk. It's all risk in all of it. How much are you willing to risk to make how much back in return?
Absolutely. Yeah, no. Because earlier we were saying, like, what are 2 ways to blow up your account? Because I don't mess with penny stocks, right? So I didn't even know you dealt with that in the past. But futures is one. Are you familiar with futures, which is pretty much almost like Forex? Same thing. People blow their accounts doing that, as well as the options. Those are a lot more risky. Because I would say this, like no lie, I know this for a fact. When it comes to swing trading, I was always good at it, right? You know, you buy at the bottom, you sell a couple of bucks up or whatever. I just never had, $100,000 to be able to buy 100 shares or whatever. So it's very refreshing to hear someone who is in a different space, because everyone I'm surrounded by is either futures trader or options trader. So it's very interesting to get your take on it. So I will say that, so when you started, you actually had a pretty significant amount of money saved up to be able to do this.
I only had $25,000 to my name, Mark, and that money was going towards my electric motorcycle. So when COVID happened, I'm at the dealership in the city test driving this motorcycle, and I'm like, all right, I'm about to get it. Then I have to go home and sit for a few days and be like, put this in my trading account and see where this goes, or get the bike, ride around and enjoy the streets of New York, because during COVID, New York was like literally I Am Legend with the Will Smith movie. Exactly like that. I'm like, whoa, lived here my whole life. I've never seen anything like it. But then I'm like, you know what? Let's turn this into a little bit more, and then let's delay this gratification. And 1 year later, I bought the bike my dream bike that I've always wanted, with Bitcoin. Actually, when Bitcoin, I took a position on Bitcoin and sold it in the 2 rallies ago. When it hit when it had this high point, I sold it, and I'm like, I'm good, and I bought the bike.
That's awesome, dude. So I do want to touch a little bit on your background again, somewhat. So once the pandemic happened and you were stuck at home, you said you had siblings, right? What did they end up doing during this time as well? Did they also learn about the stock market at all, or did they just do something completely different?
Oh, they're married and gone. They're doing their own. They're in their own realities.
No, okay.
Nobody in the family does what I do.
Okay, got you. Well, did you have an opportunity to teach them at least? Are they interested in it at all?
No, in my culture, this is not something we do or even discuss. It's only doctors, lawyers, creating your own business, and that's about it. It's not this world.
Got you. Now, it makes sense why you call yourself the day trade professor, is because obviously you have a professor background. Is that why you end up choosing that name, or did someone just say, hey, this would be a cool name? What made you decide to go from Malik to the day trade professor?
It's so funny you said that. I was given that name. I was a professor. I used to be a professor, and I got that name. I used to be actually, what was it? Mr. Because, Mr. And then, as teacher, Mr. And then somebody said the professor. And I was day trading, really more so scalp trading. In the beginning, I was day trading, being there all day. But then I'm like, scalp trading eventually became the way. A few hours, few minutes within the market, the key market time between 9:33 a.m. Eastern Standard, latest 11:30, 11:45 a.m. Eastern Standard, and I'm done. Started scalp trading, and that's where the name came from. It was given to me, correct? And I love that name. I love giving that name. I love being called a professor because it's in my blood. Because I have monthly events, and I have people flying from all over the world to hang out, and we go places. And the way I am off camera, they're like, no wonder you're called a professor. God damn, this is in your, like, you are the professor. Like the way I talk. I'm trying to remember. What was the story that happened? Everywhere I go, I just start giving lectures. Like, what do you do? I'm like, I'm a professor. They're like, of course you are. No matter where I am, I'm giving lectures about something.
Makes sense. And that's obviously why you dress the way you dress. Is that just because of your brand, or did you actually dress like that consistently?
It's funny you said that. I've been dressing like this since I became a teacher. So my thing is being professional. I love to dress. So I'd rather be, I'm known for this in the early days. I'd rather be naked trading. I love trading butt naked on the couch still. I'd rather be naked trading, be naked, or wearing or dressed up like this. This is all I own. Like all I own is this. This is even before COVID. Literally, it is what it. No matter where I go, the people know. I was horseback riding in Medellin, Colombia, with a suit on. I was in the desert of Egypt with a suit. Like I just love looking and dressing and the way it makes me feel. This is what it is. But it's not for the brand. No.
Okay, I had to ask because I wasn't sure, because I was like, man, this dude dresses up like nice, but I was like, that must be because of the brand or whatever. You got the clean cut, you see me, I need to get cleaned up anyways, but you always have a clean cut, hair is done, got the suits on, and you're really good at public speaking. So that's definitely awesome. At what point did you decide that this is what you want to do for like a living, teaching in the finance space? Because I take it at this point you don't teach economics at all anymore. Are you done?
No, I do. I love teaching. I plan on opening up my own school. I'm never going to stop teaching, ever.
I mean, but yeah, but you're teaching this. I'm saying, do you still teach what you initially went to school for? Are you still doing that?
Oh, 100%, 100% in the mornings. I teach for like about roughly 2.5 hours spread out throughout the day, like 5 periods. I still do, yeah. And thank you for the hair compliment. My hair is a mess. This is helmet hair. I was riding my bike all day today, so my hair is a mess. But I appreciate you.
Dude, that's awesome. I'm really happy for you, man. So I'm glad that this is working out. So you basically have like two jobs now. You do the trade stuff. So you stay busy. Give me like a typical day in your life, because you seem to be busy quite a bit.
Mark, it's not two jobs, Mark. No, I'm officially a postman now. I become a postal worker because ever since I launched my book, How to Be a Consistent Trader, again, what I'm about to say, it's a blessing. I'm happy. I'm not complaining. What I'm about to say, I get 10 to 15 orders daily, and I'm at the post office Monday to Friday, and everyone at the post office knows who I am. They read my books. They watch the shows at the post. So the benefit is they let me cut the line, but that's a new job. And thank God my book's about to sell out and I'm not printing anymore because I don't have time to equate being a postal worker. So that's one job right there. That's a new job ever since I launched my book. It's just been selling. And again, it's a blessing. It's a beautiful thing. But the most valuable thing I have is my time. And that's just going out the window. So that's one job right there. Creating content, going live 4 times a week, editing the 5th edition of the book. So I guess the author role, right? That would be a job. Writing more chapters, teaching, trading, painting. People buy my paintings. It's just insane. I just posted it and people are like, how much? I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, all right, people want this too now. What else? Having events, monthly events, literally monthly events where people come and hang out. We party in lounges, restaurants. I get yachts, party buses, flying out to speaking opportunities. I was with Mr. Peter, Full Auto 11 in New Orleans. There's a one in May. Sean Dekmar, Umar Ashraf, me. We're doing a massive talking event in front of 300 people in person in Fort Lauderdale. That's another event. These are all jobs. I'm at a point, Mark, where I called up a farm in the South and I'm like, can I come work for you? And they were very confused. I'm like, no. I don't want to be a guest. I'm like, whatever you want, I'll feed the chickens, I'll get the eggs, I'll clean the horses, I'll milk the cow. They were very confused, but eventually they gave in. They're like, sure, join us. And I'm like, let me go for a week, but now I'm gonna go for a month. I'm gonna just disappear for a whole month because, as you said, the busyness, time is the most valuable thing. And this brain, I'm going crazy because I'm working on more projects behind the scenes. I have videographers in multiple areas of America at this point. It's just too much. I'm doing too much. I love it, but at the same time, I have to force myself to shut the hell up and stop doing so much.
Because you're going to overwork yourself. So are you seeing that the type of schedule you have? Are you in a relationship at all? Do you have a family? Like, how do you even fit any of that stuff in?
I don't have any of the above. None of the above. No time for any of it. They all leave me. If I do have one, they end up leaving very fast because I'd rather go live than spend time with anyone else. There would be one time I was doing a live, I had a big family party at my house. Everyone always comes over here and cousins, everybody's over. And I'm like, they know. They don't even have to say anything. They know not to say a word. I was live the whole time. They came and they left and I was just live. No question about it. No, let me ask him if you want. No. I'm teaching. No, do not acknowledge my existence.
Why are you the way that you are? Honestly, every time I try to do something fun or exciting, you make it not that way. I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
At what point do you think your brand, the professor, the day trade professor, really started taking off? Was it in 2020 or was it more like in 2021?
So towards the end of 2020, it just started. The numbers went from 20, 30 people live, barely any comments and barely anything, to now the max I hit was by myself, 300, and comments, the DMs. The DMs are so out of control. I have to shut them off in the stories. I can't. I don't have. The only people that work for me are my editors, my book editors, my graphic designers, my video editors, my video creators. What else? Stuff like that. I have people hired, but there's nobody in my DMs. whatsoever answering because I don't trust anyone to give the right answer but me. So I don't want that mix up. So boom. By the end of 2021, it just.
It sounds like you had an opportunity though, to be honest, like to kind of capitalize on doing those type of groups and stuff, but you decided to go the free route because I see that you signed up initially. You're when you go on your website, right? The daytradeprofessor.com. If you go there, you can sign up for free and you can get basically entire course for free, right?
Correct. There's no need to. This Mark, the secret to the universe is to just give it all away. This obsession with monetizing everything. I can't. Again, it's not that. Again, this is my opinion. Everyone else does their own business thing, which is cool. For my thing is, do we have to monetize everything? Everything has to be a paywall. Everything has to be a subscription. Why can't we just give back? And this obsession with money. If we're making again, I don't want to go too deep into this, but trading is good to me. The money's good. I don't need more money off the courses. Like the books, I had no clue that the books would sell, physical books, the way they did. I'm shocked because I'm like, I just give it away. Come to my 9 p.m. show Tuesday, Friday. You'll get a code and you'll get the digital version for free as well. There is no excuses not to be consistent. The money that I get from trading, I'm cool with it. I don't even own a car. I own a motorcycle. I'm not a car guy. So I don't even own a car. I just have a motorcycle that I love so much. I don't like being caged up. But the point being, I don't want to monetize everything. There has to be a limit to this monetization. Has to be a limit to it. And yes, I've had meetings where people said, this course could do this much. Come on. Group chats start when. No, the group chat goes against what I believe in. Monetizing everything goes against what I believe in. Let's start a monthly thing where you come on the live, where your lives are monetized. I'm like, no, it literally goes. I know the secret to the universe for a fact is just give it all. It comes back 10x. My life is living proof of it, Mark. Living proof.
I don't agree with you, man. I think a lot of people like my channel because I am very transparent and honest. And I'm going to be 100% real with you. When he first popped up on my IG, I was like, what's this guy going to sell? Let me go click on. and I was like, legit, I was surprised because I was like, you had the nice haircut, you got the suit, you got the nice,
Wait, you're talking about me?
You had the graphics, you had the background, you had the board. Every day at Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. At 9 p.m. I was like, all right, like, what is he selling? What is he selling? And I was surprised that your courses were free. I was surprised that you have a bunch of links to free content, like the type of books that you recommend. Even your trade journal, I saw that. I opened that up. That's an Excel spreadsheet, which is completely free as well. And so the only thing that I saw that you do sell is your seminars, right? Which you do on the weekends. And besides that, I did not see you selling anything.
I actually wanted to give those away for free too, but I had a conversation with a few people, and there's a book about the psychology of money. I actually wanted to give that away too. And from what I've understood, which is true, and I've got the messages, oh, your stuff is free, it must be whack. I'm like, cool. Your course is free, it's not that good. I'm like, cool. Just because the word free is there, I get it. I actually wanted to try, I'm trying a trick. I got rid of the word free out of a few things just to see what would happen. Even it's still free, but the word free is moved away from there just to see how and I have my tech guy tell me to click how many more clicks and sign up, because it's free. You put your email, create a password, instant access to a free course, which covers everything you need. Simple, sweet, broken down, no nonsensical things to make you sign up for things. No, nothing. It's literally like a few minutes and boom. The longest videos on my free course is my live scalp trading with real money, not paper trading. Time and sales there. It shows me creating candles too with the amount of money I put in. But damn it, I lost my train of thought, Mark. I forgot.
You were on a roll, man. You was on a roll. No, you were explaining about the fact that you took free out of the course because you wanted to see
So the reason I wanted to give the seminar away, which is a 4-day event, it's not pre-recorded. It's me live for almost 30 hours standing like the way I am, like I do on my lives, but with the smart board integrated into your second monitor. So when you see me writing, this is a 4K camera, not from the iPhone, like the sound, this quality sound, right? The whole 9 yards. It's a full-on experience with less than 20 people. I will never take more than 20 because I understand the small learning environment is much bigger than those that are doing hundreds of human beings on a Zoom session. You don't learn that way. There's a Q&A. I don't leave, Mark, at any of those events until people are done asking their questions. I cover everything with live trading. It's literally 4 days with live trading when the market is open, no excuses. You see it all happen. So point being, I wanted to give that away too, but from understanding and talking to people about psychology of money, people would sign up, take it for free, not take it seriously, and my name would look bad. Like, oh, this guy's not that good. I'm like, damn, they didn't put effort into it because they didn't even have any skin in the game. You will never make money unless you risk something involved. So people are like, well, I'm my time. I'm risking my time. No, people don't value their time. They sit on Netflix watching ridiculous shows. Again, nothing wrong with Netflix. I'm just saying, prioritizing what you want in life over other things. They'll sit down and watch Netflix for hours on end, whatever the new shows are right now, but they won't prioritize unless they put in a good amount of money for them to make that happen. So that's the only thing that's monetized, yes, 100%. Because I want people that are so dedicated, and my seminar students are ones where I go to Puerto Rico because I'm building a school over there. They come and live with me. We live trade together. I have events. It's just seminar students. We're on a yacht, seminar students. We're going to the event in Fort Lauderdale. I'm getting a big house. Parties at my house every day. Seminar students. Whatever it is, it's them because they took it seriously. Those are the type of people I allow when I have dinners. They're at my dinners. My book launch party, they're at my book launch. They're flying from all over the place because they took it seriously. Like, damn, we really wanted to learn from this guy. And I saw it. I saw the dedication they had. So those are the people I want. But I did want to make that free as well. Like, I love giving back because I know how it is.
So I have to ask you this question, which I basically ask every single person who comes on my show now, is do you make more money selling seminars or do you make more money trading yourself?
Of course. If I didn't make that much money from other things, my course would be free. I mean, my course would cost. I ask people all the time. I'm like, how much would you say that if you had to pay a dollar amount, how much would the course be? They're like $4.99, $6.99. I'm like, and I do the math and I sit down with all the people sign up. I'm like, God damn. And then I sit down and see the amount of people I gave out my free book to. At this point, it's over 1,000 people that have the book, and about 700 of those are free. Meaning free. Meaning they got the code, like I told you earlier, my 9 p.m. shows, I gave away the digital one for free. So from doing the math on that, the amount of money if I charge would have been even more. That's why I'm able to give it away, because trading pays for it. Trading pays for it. And the seminar, everyone knows I'm transparent with this. Every cent from the seminar goes to building my school. So it goes in, I call it the school fund, Ethereum. Every cent I make from the paintings, from the private lessons, which I don't do anymore for outsiders, only for seminar students. The seminars, now the physical book sales go into Ethereum, which goes into the school. You want to know the secret of the universe? You ready for this one, Mark? One of my seminar students is friends with the mayor of the west part of Puerto Rico. She set up a private meeting with the mayor to get me land, to get me one of the most sick deals on school property in Puerto Rico. Secret to the universe. So that's what that money's for, actually. That money doesn't help me pay bills or any of that stuff. It only pays for the school fund, because that's what I ultimately want at the end of the day. That's why I'm able to do giveaways where I gave away $1,000 worth of Uber gift card. I gave away $500 of Bitcoin. I'm giving away to come stay and live with me in Puerto Rico, live trade in this gigantic house I got for free. I'm doing a VIP thing. Come live with me in Fort Lauderdale as well. So that's where the money goes. Whenever the trading money is my money to fund these fun operations.
What made you decide to try to open up a school in Puerto Rico?
Oh, I wanted to be a teacher ever since I was 16. Once I was 16, I'm like, this is it. This is it. This is fun. I had a cool teacher. Everyone loved him. I'm like, goddamn, he made learning fun. And I'm like, that's what I want to do this. And ever since then, that's all I want to do is teaching. And then with COVID, with all the stuff I understood about crypto, because I didn't know anything about crypto before COVID. But my mentor, he owns a cryptocurrency hedge fund. He taught me a lot about it. I'm like, cool. And then I did the math on the taxes, because I get slaughtered with taxes. You know, it's a blessing, I guess. The more you make, the more you get destroyed in taxes. It's a part of life. So Puerto Rico, the capital gains tax is almost minuscule. It's like nothing. And that's it. And why not? Puerto Rico is a gorgeous island. Have you been?
No, I have not. My wife is Puerto Rican though, so
Nice.
She's half Puerto Rican, half Dominican. I've been in Dominican Republic. We would love to build a house out there and do some stuff for them as well. It's just, dude, it's really awesome, man. I'm glad I actually brought you on the show, because I feel like people get to know you somewhat. Obviously, we know your background. You come from a traditional Pakistani family, and they did not want you to be a trader, obviously, but you're
They didn't even want Mark. They didn't even want me to be a teacher. They wanted me to be a lawyer. My father's
that's crazy. I mean, because teaching that's a good career, right? I mean, that's a overall. I mean, it doesn't pay very well, but it's a respectable career.
Respectable career, but it doesn't pay very well. And culturally speaking, no, either doctor, lawyer, or own your own business. There's only 3 fields culturally. If we're going into culture, those are the only 3 fields they allow. But at the end of the day, I always did what I want, and I still do what I want. I got told in the early days to stop going live 4 times. It used to be once a week. I used to go live just once a week for 1 hour, 30 minutes, and that's it. And then I got told by someone much bigger than me as an influencer, stop doing too many. You're hurting our business model. If you're giving it all away, no one's going to buy my course. At that time, I was under someone, and they're like, stop it. I'm like, okay, cool. On your channel, I'll go once. On my channel, I'll go as much as I want. That caused a little bit of issues, but I still did what I want, to the point where now I just do what I want. And I'm giving offers by big names, a lot of money, but I'm not going back to working for someone. Then I'm going to get put restrictions on. Because I've been told you're giving it all away. I'm like, yeah, cool. If you don't understand the secrets of the universe, you're never going to understand anything I do. I get told constantly, you're giving it all away. It defeats the purpose. I said, you don't understand how it works. It will come back one way or I'm not going to go into all the stories, Mark, but there's so many stories I could give you where I've been in situations where I'm like, how the hell? I'll give you one. This was when I was in Egypt for Christmas. I went to Egypt and I came back. My card, I went grocery shopping. My card didn't work. I guess they thought, what the hell's going on? He was just in Egypt. Now what's going on? And then a random woman who worked there, don't know her, she's like, what happened? And I told her, she goes, I'll pay for it. I'm like, what you mean? She goes, I'll pay for it. I said, no, but you don't even know me. She's like, no, it's okay. I'm like, no, it's not okay. She's like, no, I got you. I'm like, no, let me go put it back. She paid for it. And I'm like, listen, here's my IG. This is who I am. And I'm going to come right back and I'm going to pay you. So I just yelled her the money. But I'm like, I have to pay you back. And she goes, okay. In that situation, the supermarket was about to close and I needed that to make food. I was hungry. Point being, see, who does that in New York? Who randomly says, let me just pay for your stuff. Don't worry about it. That's just one story of so many I could give you, Mark. It's insane. I'll give you another one. My friendship with Full Auto 11, that doesn't even add up. At the time, I had roughly 10,000 followers. I was a nobody. He's 100,000+. He came on my little baby show. My little baby show. A guy with 10,000 followers, not that many views, came on my show. I have the biggest names on social media that have come on my shows, and I'm the smallest guy, smallest fish in the pond. Secret to the universe.
No, I do love that about GP, because he did the same thing with me. I asked him, I was like, hey, do you want to come on my show? He was like, yeah. He's like, are you familiar with me? He's like, no. He's like, but I'll come on. I was like, all right. And I told him how many followers. I was like, I have a small channel at that time. I think I only had maybe like 2,000 subscribers at that time. And
that's pretty good.
He's like, let's just do it and stuff. And he was really kind, real cool. And I definitely appreciate the fact that he did that. I appreciate the fact that you came on my show as well, because I think you also have a bigger subscriber base than I do. And I really love what you're doing, especially the fact that you're doing a lot of this stuff for free. It tells me a lot about you. I do appreciate that. Because I know you're not too familiar with my channel, but I'm huge on look, I understand monetization, right? Everyone wants to make money. I make money off of YouTube through my channel. I understand your time is valuable, right? I just think that some people take advantage of that situation and they abuse it by overcharging for information that's really realistically is free. If you can, everything you teach, I can find online for free.
Yes.
It's just how you deliver it, right? You deliver it in a different way that may resonate with somebody. And obviously, yeah, your time is valuable, have a price tag associated with it, but don't abuse it, and don't abuse people who are naive and ignorant to the financial literacy market. Because I just, like you said, I believe in karma. Like you said, same thing, like you give back, it would give back tenfold. It's obviously worked out for you. And it's going to continue to work out. And your goal is to obviously build a school in Puerto Rico. So I respect that, man. I really do. And I appreciate you coming on my show. I don't want to hold you too much longer because I know you have to do your IG stuff.
No, I'm good. As long as it's not around 8 p.m. Where are you? Whatever your questions are. Are we around 8 p.m.? I have no idea what time it is.
No, let me see. No, we're at 6:30 p.m. But this is going to probably come out. I'm going to drop this here soon. By the way, for all the viewers, if this is like weird going back and forth, this is StreamYard. My first time using it. Testing. I tested it with my wife. So if this is a little weird, I'm sorry. I just prefer to get away from Zoom and come to something that's a little bit better. So overall, like, what's your goal though? Like your long-term goal? What are you planning on doing besides the school? Like, are you still continuously planning on for doing a bunch of shows on IG every single day. By the way, before I lose my thought on that, why not just do it on YouTube instead of IG? Because you can monetize it.
I'm gonna answer that, and let me go back a little bit on the free thing. So it's funny when you know the haters. Whenever the haters show up, and I laugh, and they don't know who I am. I guess they just want to hate. You know, they've been destroyed in the market. Whatever's wrong with them, their personal life, psychology of a hater. And when they come on, I've had them on my shows in the comment section, and I'm like, no subscription. My course is free. I give away my book on the 9 p.m. shows. The lives are free. There's no paywall. They shut up immediately. I'm known for converting, and this video is on my IGTV. I'm known for converting the haters into people that love me more than anyone else. After they hear everything, they're like, oh damn. I'm like, exactly. I'm like, the trading money is good. The trading money is good. I was out with traders in New Orleans, and I paid for their pizza. And they're all, I'm like, what the hell is whatever it costs? I'm like, have you seen the course videos? How much I make? I'm like, what? Don't worry about the pizza. I'm the videographer following. I'm like, when the money comes in from trading, you're able to give more away without constantly the dollar sign. Because I know how it is when you're watching something in the commercials and the sales pitch. I get it. I get it. So I wanted to answer that part. You can ask the second thing, Mark. Oh, what? Continuing it? It's so funny you said that. I had an influencer hit me up. His sales were going down. So I'm not going to say his name. His sales were going down. He goes, Professor, what's your game plan for 2022? And I had to sit there and I'm like, what is my game plan? I'm like, oh, I know my game plan. I just do what I'm doing. This is true because I've gotten the thing. They're like, yo, you're not good at business. I'm like, this is not a business. my thing is I go live and I teach forever. As long as I can talk and I can see, I'll be going live forever. I've gone live from the house in Puerto Rico in the pool. I've gone live from Egypt with the pyramids behind me. No matter where I am, if it's a Tuesday, Friday, 8 p.m., well, if it's international, then time is different. But if it's, in the relative Eastern time, I'm going live. So that I have no real mission other than building a school and just continue to go live. Nothing in between. Literally, that's it. Go live 4 times a week. Keep giving away. I'm working on my 5th edition. That just keep giving things away, and my school will be built. And then philanthropy starts. Become a philanthropist, feeding homeless people, getting them jobs, basically that. And I want my traders to live with me on Puerto Rico. That way, when they're consistent, they can help me become a bigger philanthropist, and I get more funding for my projects on helping poor people. So that's it, really. But I don't really have a mission. I just do it. Small steps every single day. Everything works out at the end. With pure intentions. That's the key. You have to have pure intentions.
Yeah, you got to give me a rundown on your day, man, because this is like I must be doing something wrong. I wake up at 5:30 in the morning. I hit the gym. Then I typically, depending if I have to go in the office or not, I eat breakfast and then I start setting up for the market or whatnot. But and then when I get home, I'm sometimes just beat, right? So obviously, you're working way harder than me. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Stop it. Everyone works at whatever amount of time they can be given. I'm 34. You can ask. Come on. We're good. You can ask.
Okay. All right. So you're a little bit younger than me. I'm not giving my age, man. No, I'm playing. I'm 39. I'm 39 years old. I just turned 39.
People ask me this all the time. How the hell? The longest live I've ever done was from 7 p.m. Eastern Standard till 4 a.m. Eastern Standard. That's the longest I did. And the only reason I ended it because I ran out of water. But it's really if you love what you do, you'll enjoy it. But at the same time, we're talking energy and how I'm able to do the things I do. I eat pure, no junk food, no crap. I eat pure food. My water is pure, reverse osmosis, alkaline mineral water. No chemicals. I don't drink alcohol. I don't do drugs. No pharmaceuticals. None of the above. I don't have. My only vice are chocolate chip cookies, but I'll have them like once a month. That's really it. And I just love doing this so much. Like it's a must. I must go live. Like I love when you said I don't want to hold you up too long. As long as it's not 8 p.m., everyone knows 8 p.m. live. There's no question.
And you never miss a beat. Are you planning?
I've never missed.
Vacation or something like you got to have. What hobbies do you have outside of teaching, the stock market, economics? What other hobbies do you have?
Motorcycle riding is I love riding my motorcycle. Love riding my motorcycle.
I take it you're probably one of those crotch rocket guys, right?
It's an electric sports bike. It's one of the fastest production one in the world right now. Custom made. Boom. It's electric. Yeah.
I miss. First of all, that's not a real motorcycle if it's electric. Okay, let's get that
It
straight.
could be the baby boy. It could be the Hayabusa any
Yeah.
day of the week, and R1 any day of the week. You ever seen those videos where Teslas are racing Lambos and Ferraris, and the Teslas always win? My bike would smoke a Lambo or Ferrari or any bike on it. It's instant torque, and you're gone.
Yeah, that's if you don't mind me, like how much does one of those cost these days? Having like
$25,000.
Oh, that's not bad.
I bought it with my Bitcoin. I bought it. I sold my Bitcoin at the high point, and I bought it immediately.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to get. When I told you early on in the story where it was a decision between the bike or put it in the trades and just go with it. And then I made the right decision. I wouldn't be sitting here if I had to delay that gratification for me to be standing in front of you and doing the lives. Because if I would have done that, I would have gone back to $0 with nothing to trade with. And I would have never made the amount I made, never be able to give away what I gave away. I would have been having to charge for courses, charge for everything, paywalls, the whole 9 yards. But I moved the money to the right place, took $25,000, didn't make millions of dollars, made 6 figures, was very happy with it, and then started diversifying into cryptocurrency.
How you feel about the market right now?
I love it.
No.
I absolutely love it. I bought very key parts in a crypto coin that I won't say on a lot. I won't say here because I promised my close friends on IG. So I try to make my seminar students feel beyond special. So my book just recently came out we're in April. It came out in March. But my book has been out since last year. The 4th edition just came out. But to my seminar students, my book has been out since last year. I give everything away to them for them to feel special. So when they sign up for that 4-day seminar, they know that I will do extra just for them. Where I'll give them the 3 tickers that I trade every single day. They know it. They know what crypto coin I told them to buy at a very key level because there's something I call the knock, knock, boom strategy. It's a strategy where, you know, when you go onto someone's house, you knock once gently, and then you knock a second time a little harder, and the third time you really bang on it. So with the stock, it's the same thing. Candles have to hit a level of resistance once, twice, and with high probability on a higher time frame, the third one usually blows right past it. There's one crypto coin that hasn't done that yet. It has never had the official knock, knock, the boom. It's done the knock, it's done the knock. I told my traders, my seminar students, and close friends, this is the ticker. This is how much I'm putting in, the risk reward, how much I'm going to make. I'm not going to say the dollar amount because I don't like talking about that. I don't like the showing off thing. After I got death threats and insane amounts of hate from showing people motivation, look, this is how much I made. You can do that too. Oh, I'm going to kill you. I know you live in New York. I'm like, Jesus. I posted that on my stories and people were so worried for me. I'm like, I'm done with this. I've learned that people don't want to see that. I'm like, you know what? My page, by the way, if you go to my page, I'm sure you notice this, Mark. You don't see my motorcycle there. You don't see the kind of house I have. You don't see any of that. You see what? A cornucopia of knowledge, of information, a library of mindset, technical analysis, interviews, and things of that nature. Nothing more, nothing less. Nothing more, nothing less. So, boom.
Yeah, I definitely see. I've seen that on your website. You don't really show off besides the suits. So that's about it. But I've seen the problem is like we were talking about earlier when we backtrack a little bit, the fact that there are a lot of people who are selling courses and Discord groups, whatever. A lot of them like to flaunt the flashy stuff, right? Because that's what gets people sometimes, you know, it's like a hook, right? You put the worm on it, you put it out there, and then you track those people who you know are desperate for money and they are willing to spend their last dollar to basically pay for that mansion that they're standing behind in the cars and stuff like that. And you're absolutely right, man. I actually recently I'm back into futures. Took a break for a little bit, and there was somebody who said I couldn't trade, and that's not true. And I would try to prove something on paper trading because I'm very transparent about that too. Like a lot of you guys are posting stuff and it's fake money, it's paper money, right? Mm-hmm. But even posting my wins on paper money and showing like this was easy for me, it makes me feel like crap. I don't like showing off. I don't like to be like, oh, look at my amazing house, my amazing car, my amazing this, amazing that. It just doesn't feel right. And even if I was eventually to sell something, which I don't ever really plan on selling any courses or anything like that. Well, maybe a course, but not like Discord groups or anything like that. I just can't see myself attracting an audience by giving these false promises of flashy things to attract them for them to give me their hard-earned money. And it sucks.
I've been told that if I just started posting with more Lambos and Ferraris, my content would go astronaut to the moon. And I I don't want those people. I don't want those people, period, near me. And it's funny you said that about the haters saying you can't trade, you post what? I posted with live trading videos, Mark, with the time and sales, with the P&L, with the exact dollar amount. That's paper trading. I have friends that show their P&Ls, influencers, they're like, that's fake. I'm like, he logged in. Like Umar Ashraf, he's the biggest guy on social media. I guess it's Tim Sykes and Umar Ashraf. So Umar Ashraf posted, he logs in, does the whole 9 yards, and people say, that's Photoshop. You can't win. And I said that to him one time. I'm like, no matter what you do on social media, it's considered fake. Mark, I gave away $500 in Bitcoin. I have people saying, you never did that. I said, I did it live. And then guy posted it on his story saying it. Never did that. Gave away the Uber gift cards. Of course, on schedule. You never did that. No matter what I do, what I show, if people want to believe it's fake, if people want to believe it's not real, whatever the case may be, you cannot win on the internet. I've learned that. Early on. Like, no matter what I do, it will never be enough. Because if a person's been destroyed psychologically enough from trading, they cannot stand to see anyone do better than them. Even when all the facts are in front of their face. Jesus performed miracles. People still didn't believe him. Who am I? Who am I for anyone to say anything? For me, this is what I was telling one of my traders, Brody. He's been on my show. He's one of my really good traders. As long as you try your best in what you're doing with pure intentions, don't worry about it. I love the block button. Drama block. I go live. There's no excuses not to learn. Oh, he's selling something. Course is free. Oh, he's selling the book. Get the digital one for free. That don't cost me nothing. If you're at the 9 p.m. show, I do something fun. Come to the 9 p.m. show. At any time during the 9 p.m. show, I'm going to give away a coupon code that unlocks the book for free. Boom. What you got? What excuses you got? There's literally, I'm too excited over here. There's literally no excuses. And if you do have one, whatever the drama is, block. Go learn from someone else. Someone else.
I don't block people. I like they can post their stuff. I actually respond to the haters too until it becomes trolling. I'm like, all right, I just don't have time to respond.
I have zero time to be replying to those.
Oh no, I try because I try to make an effort because I remember when I first started in the financial literacy space, I would follow like huge YouTubers and stuff, and I would try to reach out and just get some sort of interaction. And I know sometimes how important it is for somebody who does like your content and they want to reach out for you to engage with them, regardless of hating or not. Because sometimes I'm like, I will respond to a hater because I want to hopefully show them that I'm not lying, that I'm transparent, that what you see on camera really is me. And that maybe change your mind or give them a different outlook on stuff. Because again, I'm kind of known as a guy who's really honest and transparent, especially when it comes to the trading journey, because I've been doing it for like 2 years. Again, that's not that much, but I've fallen into a lot of groups. I was naive. I was
Don't say that's not too much. Everyone, depending on how much time and effort they put into something, can master something at a different pace than everyone else. See, I don't. When people say I've been doing it for 20 years, 10 years, someone that masters a skill and puts all their effort into something can master it faster if they got all the right resources. So that's what
and I agree. But I would say this: like, had I done my DD a little bit more, my due diligence, I think I probably would have been a little bit further along, because you fall into these groups and it becomes this tribal mentality with some of these groups. It's the reality of things. So when I start doing these videos, I'm like, hey, these are the red flags you need to look out for. This is what you need to look out for. Is this group worth it? I think it is, or I don't think it is. So that's the reason why I started my channel, because I want people to learn from the mistakes that I've done, so you don't make those same mistakes or repeat the same dumb things that I've done. Like, why are you doing lottos when you only have $100? You shouldn't be doing lotto options with $100. You should be compounding and slowly building up your account. There's a lot of ridiculous things. Or like, hey, do I want to pay $30,000 for a course on someone just telling me, hey, invest? You know, things like that. I have to, dude. I'm telling you, I've been through some groups. I did only one bad review, and that's when some of the haters came. But it also brought a lot of people who were like, yo, thank you for doing this YouTube video, so it helps other people.
So that's what your channel does? You review the courses and all that type of stuff?
Yeah, that's part of my stuff. So my channel, I do like little skits with my family based on like the stock market or whatever, like just ticker symbols or companies or whatever. I do interviews like we're doing right now with people that I find interesting as well as trading group reviews. Yeah.
Have you done a thing on my course? Have you done a review?
No, I have not. I have not
Oh.
yet. Right. Yeah, I haven't done it yet. Why, you get nervous? You get nervous?
Oh no, I'm excited. I'm like, oh my God, I love.
No,
I mean,
I haven't done it yet.
You know, it's funny when you were saying, did you check me out before the thing? And you just said, and you're like, you just said yes, huh? You know your message, and I'm like, yeah, I have pure intentions. Like if this would have been like a hit piece or an attack, and I would have just answered and had fun. Like if anyone wants to go back to my IGTV, I don't know the name of the video, how far back to go, but one guy came on and it was attack after attack, and I had haters watching, and they converted over to like the way you handled that situation, smooth, and you answered all the questions. I would have been like, I have pure intentions to just give away, so I don't worry about those things. That's why when you ask me, I'm like, no need to. No need to.
Yeah. Because I want to be very clear when I bring people on the show. I'm like, I'm going to ask you about your personal life, and I'm going to ask you if you make more money selling courses or groups than you do trading yourself. And you'd be surprised. Some people have been like, okay, never mind, I don't want to come on your show. I was like, okay. And there's some of these people are big names. It's because they're going to feel uncomfortable when I ask that question, because the reality is majority of these people who have groups, they make more money off of the subscription service than they do trading themselves. And it's okay. There's no shame to it. Just be honest about it. So people are aware of it, because some people think, oh my God, you have this mansion because of trading. No, they have that mansion because they have 20,000 followers paying $150 a month. That's why.
I know all the big names, and the amount of money, I'm not going to say the numbers, but I know the money. Some of them make so much, and I'm like, whoa, I just have to do that group chat, and that's how much? Whoa, it's a lot. And I'm like, but it goes against what I believe in. It goes against everything I believe in. I believe in giving away more things for free than in consuming. I believe giving more away than asking for in return. Like you said, you go to my page, the course is free, my trading journal. You must, for those watching that trade, you must journal your trades. For those watching, and you're finding a lack of consistency, you must journal your trades. You must screen record your trades and commentary. You must, just like every coach does with his players after a game. You know, and then if you don't want to pay for any of it, it's cool. Live shows are there for those watching that are feeling lack of consistency. The live shows are there. They're always there. Like tonight, every other Friday, I do portfolio managing night. You come on, give me a ticker, stock, crypto, doesn't matter, and I'll break it down for you. I'll tell you key levels. I'll tell you if it runs up too much, where to take, whatever the case may be. I'll guide you through it. Where you don't, like, I have people message me, how much to sit down with you for an hour and do this? I'm like, how about you come on a live and you don't pay me? I literally say it. How about you just come on the live, bro? Come on the live. Lately, people have been saying, because I haven't had time. Usually when I'm getting very close with the seminars about to fill up, I'm like, I don't want this to fill up. I'd rather have like 10 to 15 people there, not 20. I start saying, go to the course. Go to the course. See if you like my style of teaching before you sign up for anything. And I'm like, cool. That'll buy me enough time. I had to do Mark every other month because I'm like, no, this is getting too much. Every other month. Talking about time.
Cool. Now, I'm going to ask this. Why you call people baby boy? My wife, because I noticed you said that you called me that twice. I'm older than you. What's with the baby boy? I heard you call people that all the time. So what's the deal?
I get asked this regularly. There's no reason. There's no logical, what is that called? Keywords or trigger words in a conversation, a sentence or whatever. I have no idea. I just say the things I say. People message me saying someone's working on a montage of all the things I've ever said that they feel are hysterical or just insane. No logical reason where it comes from. I don't know. I just say what comes into my mind and I speak freely.
You should sell shirts. I'm telling you, baby boy shirts. There you go. No, well, I appreciate it. I appreciate Malik. Again, let me put up your stuff here real quick so people can see where they can find you. Of course, on Twitter at DayTradeProf for professor, obviously, and on Instagram, DayTradeProfessor and DayTradeProfessor.com. And again, when can they see you on a daily basis? Well, not daily basis, on a weekly basis. What times?
Tuesday and Friday. 8 p.m. is the first show. It's the Mindset show. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. And then the second show is 9 p.m. So Tuesdays and Fridays, same time, 9 p.m. Tuesdays, it's just lessons, support resistance, RSI, whatever. It could be, it's a million lessons. And Friday, it's the portfolio management live. Like I said, come on, give me a ticker and we'll break it down together. You come on. And then the other Friday afterwards, I call it the entries and exits show. I bring on 2 people, random, whoever just requests me live. And we basically trade. We live trade. There's a feature on the software called TradingView called Replay. I get random tickers from the audience, stock or crypto, and then I replay it. I randomly drop it somewhere where I won't know the future and no one will know what's going to come. We basically make support resistance. We look at indicators, price action, the whole 9 yards. And then we trade together and I guide them through the process on how I start my day trading so they have the exact same way.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this was the professor. You're watching Trading with a Dummy. Tune in for the next interview. Everybody, once again, thank you. And I apologize if the video and everything was kind of weird with back and forth, trying new things. And hopefully you come on again. I'm starting a podcast here soon with me and my buddy. So hopefully you come on there. We could just talk strictly stock market talk. So
I love it, Mark. But before you go, for those watching, do not, if you don't want to pay for it, come to the 9 p.m. show. I give away the exact same book. Well, not the exact same. The physical has QR code tech. My course is integrated in this book. For basically, you won't need the course because the course is integrated. But the point being, if you don't want to pay for the book, for those watching naysayers, I know the other side where people believe everything on the stock, everything on social media is fake. So I got you. 9 p.m. show at any time. I give away the code. So you get my book that covers A to Z, everything trading related, stock and crypto. Boom, right here for free. The 9 p.m. digital version. So we just wanted to let people know because the naysayers listening be like, this sounds too good to be true. Because I get those all the time. And I'm like, there's another giveaway right there.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. I definitely know my audience will tune in now, and I definitely try to get that book for free. So thank you. All right, appreciate it, man.
You're welcome, Mark. See you.
Just to see you. Fight for hours just to please you.